Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Hades 2, where today we are taking the aspect of Selene and we're using it to just punch the entire shit out of Chronos' whole deal. I think we all kind of knew that the moon was using a jetpack. I mean, if you think about just like moving across the sky like that, like how else was that happening, right? But it's nice to have it confirmed. Do we want cat? Maybe this is time for frog. You know what? Let's frog on this. But then again, if I take frog, and then we need the extra death defiance for the skill of fight, I am going to feel a little silly.
It shall be my honor.
But we are bringing frog.
Amphibian is welcome here.
So yeah, we're on 2 points of rivals for the first time ever. It is time to become Knights Champion. It actually won't take very much to activate the first one of these bonuses from here, and we'll totally worry about that some other time soon. For now, the punching.
For the Silver Sisters.
So what is my... Inflicts shine and deals 50 damage to a random surrounding foe 8 times. So it's just going to be like beam projectiles from the sky, I assume.
What are we ever going to do about our poor summit? That ugly Typhon made it all the way up here and he's been ruining everything. Well, we are not going to let him walk all over us.
Does he have legs? I don't really know how his whole deal works. Glamour gain is certainly interesting if you're going for punching. Flutter strike also, obviously, very good if we're punching focused. Flourish is a lot of damage, but the punch hits people really hard. I think we're going to hope for a punch focused build, and that's why Glamour gain is going to be very good. We're gonna try to push in the direction of punching forever. Right, I gotta remember we have that very cool dash attack. Man, this is such a good weapon. Let's go ahead and try to transform here.
Judging by all his vengeful roars, Typhon must hate my father almost as much as Chronos does. But are they truly working together? A monster such as that couldn't possibly be taking orders from a Titan, or anybody.
Listen, if you shout kill at a dog as it tries to kill someone, onlookers might take that as following orders. But it's what comes next that's really going to tell the tale. Do we want Solar Ring? You know, maybe we just take kind of epic supernova for now and we see what happens with the cast. It feels a little silly, but it is a really large expansion. Okay, and obviously I'm very interested in seeing the Path of Stars with our new hex, but not so much I'm going to skip a hammer.
Not a chance.
Trying to swarm me. After blocking with your Omega attack, your special auto fires 5 shots, reloading in 3 seconds. I mean, this is definitely interesting. Specials launch and fly faster. Dash strike hits 6 times instead of just 3. Yeah, let's try counter barrage. So we have a block. I don't use it very much for obvious reasons.
The black coat grows strong.
But it's good. It's a good thing in general. We'll try to make use of it. See, like that right there, with this guy charging up his punch, that would have been a good time to just stand and hold the block until he went through us, and then turn around and hit him in the back. And we would have gotten some rockets out of it.
Just watch your aim.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not that I'm ungrateful. I feel like we got it.
Look at you.
Save some for me next time.
Appreciate the backup.
I think we did get through that without letting her hit a single one. All right, so we're past the thing with her. At some point, we're just gonna have to keep giving her nectars, but I think for now, I'm gonna hold off and try to build up our relationship with the people actually in the glade.
We've bigger problems on Olympus than we counted on, I hear. Our worst fears realized and so on. You'd think I'd be more capable of tracking prey that's Typhon size.
You were tracking Chronos, me perhaps. But if it's any consolation, finding Typhon ought to be quite easy at this point. Bringing him down, less so.
I'll take your word for it. My father's much too proud to call me back to aid in our defense. Says I'm still needed here. If he wants Typhon to himself so badly, he can have him.
Okay, specials have a really decent critical damage chance. Foes that have a lot of health or armor can take critical damage. These are not super amazing. I really was not planning on focusing on specials. Obviously, like this is... I think I'm going to go for a reroll here.
Infinite possibility.
How about these?
I mean, support fire is always great. Foes in your cast can take critical damage from your attack. And this lethal stare is also kind of compelling.
Perfect.
Go, Chronos.
And with that, we actually have four points of air now. Yeah, I guess let's go for Aphrodite.
A long way from Athera. You even brought some wisps.
Okay. I don't know if my... you know what? The cast mostly holds them in place. Oh my god, stop disappearing, you huge coward.
And here your soul shall stay.
I didn't realize I still had my knuckle bones on. Oh, that's an error.
In the name of Hades.
Alright, casts inflict weak and drag foes toward the center. I do like that quite a bit. Attacks gain power, also pretty good.
I accept this gift.
You know, that infusion that requires you to have 8 of a particular element is looking pretty on the table today.
Grove in Erebus.
And this is where that bird is, right? Indeed.
Okay.
Let's see if we can make friends this time. Hey there, buddy.
I got you this. If this treat is to your liking, then it means we share a bond. I do. Rocky, pleased to meet you. Let us protect each other from now on.
Okay, cool. I was
See you
very
at the
much
crossroads.
looking forward to meeting that friend again once we had the tools. Let's take the shot. Okay, this is fantastic.
It's reassuring to know Artemis has been keeping track of things around here lately, my lord. She seems unusually well supplied. Oh, I won't tell a soul.
We've a long-standing partnership with your good boatman there. I bring mortals into being and marry them off after a bit. He takes them yonder to your realm. Or used to, anyway.
Okay, so cast inflicts hit and immediately deals damage to foes in the binding circle. The Omega move thing I'm really not super impressed with. Nexus Rush and Engagement Ring I think are both pretty solid. You know what? We're going Engagement Ring.
Here's the gold.
I heard you speak the vow of rivals, the oath of the unseen. Then you shall soon confront your headmistress in all her dark glory. How she longed that you would gain the strength to face her thus. Manifest your desire.
Okay, so whenever you use Omega moves, one random foe nearby is struck by the effect of your Hex. That seems real good. Hex also strikes 2 extra foes, 30% bonus damage to Guardians, 50% damage for hitting the same foe repeatedly, which will be pretty great against Guardians. And during the Hex period, you take lower damage. So I think heading for Cascade makes the most sense here. So foes afflicted with Shine take more damage from Omega moves, plus 10 power, 1 more damage
With the grace
instance.
of the moon.
Unfortunately, that first
Shine.
small path of the stars not super great by itself.
Back to dust.
Colossal Typhon is an even greater threat than I could have imagined, my kin. How envious I felt, hearing the tales of our elders fending off the father of all monsters. But now we all are witness to his wild rage firsthand.
He's like, I gave you the blood spree. What are you doing? How is that thing still alive? So, like, obviously, blood spree is pretty good. I don't know if y'all have heard of this blood spree. It's a lot more reliable to stay alive with it if it's healing us for 3 times as much. And we do want to push our damage up. I guess, like, the individual rockets on special don't do very much damage. So yeah, Vicious Flourish is probably pretty okay, especially like for attacking into groups of enemies. You can see each enemy can only take the wound bonus power every 3 seconds, according to the tooltip there, but it's still... Or do we reroll? Am I rerolling? Am I using my other reroll already? You know what? I think I am.
Fates won't mind.
Kind of hoping that something comes through at a higher rarity, because it does have the capability of happening. You know what? Cut above is fine. It's not really the boon I want on either of these.
Let's see here.
2 mystery seeds. You know what? I'll take that. And then I guess let's go see Arachne.
Silken finery, so soft, divine.
Seeds.
My threads and catch whatever comes my way. A pleasant memory that lingers on my mind. From lonely dark of night until the break of day.
I mean,
One more time.
she's no Orpheus.
Have you been getting anywhere, my friend? I know that whatever you do not give up. But I don't rightly know how close you are to what you mean to achieve.
I'm closer than before, but how much further I have left is difficult to say. Your silk has been of so much help.
I'm glad it has, and figured that it would. Only the very best for you. And one of these nights you'll make it all the way. And maybe with my silk.
What a strange laugh.
I
I don't find the actual effect of any of these to be terribly interesting, so I guess I'm going to take Emerald because it's the largest amount of armor.
May moonlight guide us.
No need to be so formal here.
Ooh, look at this.
Whom to upset this time?
So we know that Aphrodite just sends... Oh, we've seen both of these. Aphrodite just has like a little heart chasing you. I think we can avoid Hera's.
What do you desire?
15% bonus damage against any enemy that's close to me. It feels really strong. Boy, do we want to take Flutter Strike over that? I think Flutter Strike and Sweet Surrender are both very compelling here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Flutter Strike.
You would be wise not to forget yourself with me. Here, let me remind you.
Well, here we go.
Ow.
Now she's upset.
I guess one thing that I didn't really think about before is that when I was not worried about Hera's effects, I was ranged, and so all I had to do was back off of the crossing of the lines. But now I do have to watch out for like where each line actually extends to. Alright, it's fine. We got it.
Forgiveness is like a precious healing ointment, to be applied sparingly.
Damn near ate all of my armor though, which does suck. Sprint inflicts hitch, sure. I think that's perfectly reasonable. I will take a single boon shop over a palm for sure.
Follow your senses.
Let's fish. Got a bite. That's a mother.
At last.
Okay, really hard to turn down mutual destruction. And obviously we don't need that, so...
Moonlight guide you, my lord.
Alright, and remember to actually use magic enough to provoke the hex.
Had your fill of Olympus for a while. Surpassing me here must be far less burdensome than having to gouge all of Typhon's eyes.
It's positively pleasant by comparison. But I'll get back to dealing with the father of all monsters soon enough.
Then gather what strength you can in the meantime. For now, the Underworld awaits. But I yet hold the key.
We actually did get our we did get a decent block off there. So we're getting some of our missile effect. Yeah, it's not the most consequential first hammer we've ever had, that's for sure, but hopefully we'll get something cooler from our second one. Real thing.
Tremble beneath the moon.
Okay, so it has a pretty short range. You really have to cast it when you're sure you're close enough to some enemies. Don't run into the fire crescent. Well, I am pig. This is not good. Okay, come on now. Let me move. The stupid missiles don't know who to target. They're focusing on the boss. Is that the last one? No. We just kind of like have to wait for her to stop screwing around. It's this one over here. This is definitely the least interesting thing about this fight. There being 3 of them and 2 of them are fake.
I would not willingly confront the fury of Xinth for merely anyone, Milenoe.
I can use this.
It's actually not that fun to be shot in the face with a rocket launcher.
Another rival overcome.
Headed down. How unsanitary.
Gross.
Here comes our shadowy assassin on her nightly escapade to try and do me harm. Although perhaps the outcome shall not be so fortunate this time.
We'll soon find out, won't we? I promise not to keep you waiting long. I'm well on my way already, as you can see.
Oh, that I can. Then I had best return and make ready. We have to tidy up for your arrival, after all. Until later tonight.
Until then.
Okay, we can buy some health at the cost of blood. I don't see any reason to pick up an archaic seal, so no spending
Maybe
here.
I should switch.
Pretty bummed that I wore the knuckle bones. I mean, we gotta take a moonbeam, right? We need quite badly to put some more stars into this axe.
An unfamiliar tune.
I wonder if another vocalist... I was assuming that it would add a band member and it would be their bassist. Because, like, there is a bass part in their music, right? I think there is.
Who's next?
But given that this unfamiliar tune seems to have a different sort of vocal timbre to it, I wonder.
Here goes. More hippos.
All of these enemies have such annoying attacks.
A gift.
All right, Moonbeam caps out. Do we want to visit Narcissus? I don't think we need to. I think let's stay on the plan. Oops, it's Steve. Try not to blast a huge amount of steam directly into the place that I'm standing. Okay, so we have 7 points. I for sure want Ferocity, Sting, Omen, and Cascade. So every time we Omega, somebody's going to catch Shine. 60 damage and a Shine. Foes inflicted with Shine take more damage from Omegas. Do we want to head toward another one of these? Like, Ambition's probably pretty good, right? Extra hit on Hex, and then a little bit more value from Shine. I probably will take that boss fight, but well, I certainly don't want to shop. Now see, this is part of why I was checking, because like, if it is going to be an enhanced rarity boon, would we rather have Apollo or Hera? I think on our special, the special granting Hitch is all right. We already have Hitch on our sprint. It's a little awkward to apply it, but yeah, let me go to Apollo. Ah, hell. Ah, I blocked his rodent strike. That is by far the fastest we've ever done that.
What a monster. Olympus, I accept this message.
It's a combination of hitting him with the Omega when there's not really anybody else around, which obviously is fantastic. And then him actually standing in that steam for a while, I think. It's also super helpful. So Extra Dose and Perfect Image are both super compelling. It's 15 seconds to get the perfect image bonus back. I feel like we're going to lose this and not get it back a lot.
All right.
I think Extra Dose is a winner. All right. I feel like we haven't collected any of that in a little bit. Speaking of things we haven't gotten in a little bit, when's the last time we saw Chaos?
Those spouts again. She's back.
Let's not talk trash about the spouts. The spouts are doing good work. Weak effects are more potent. It's not like super exciting. 15% more health and magic. Obviously, I'd love this at a higher rarity, but it is still 22 max HP for right now.
A little pain is all.
Now, I'm a little worried that we're taking this late enough in the biome
Place.
that we're going to find this is... Ooh, hey. Is that Flux that we just got there? Yeah, okay. I'm a little worried that the downside of whatever we take is going to be active during the Skilla fight, so we're thinking about trying to take something that's not going to hurt too badly during the boss.
To bind both mortals and immortals alike. The course and outcome of all lives all preordained. Thus the sense of choice is merely an illusion. Do you believe this, Spawn of Hades? Respond.
I think the fates determine much about our lives. When and where we are born, for instance, and to whom. But I don't think they set every detail. And I know they're not leaving at all right now, because Chronos has them.
I see. For the most part, I concur with your assessment. I am the reason Chronos has them now. He asked me where to find them, and I decided to tell him. To verify such choices could be made without their influence. Now do you understand my quandary? Respond.
Well, I guess that is an answer to that question.
Oh no. Almighty Chaos, you were deceived. Chronos wished to find the fates for his own gain. They were one of the only forces in this world powerful enough to stop him.
Yet they are not so powerful as they appeared. Nevertheless, I think you are correct. Chronos indicated his intentions were benign. I am unfamiliar with deceit and was misled. I remain quite displeased about this still.
Alright, Boone's way up for a little bit of max, basically setting our max health back to what it was before. Or big heals, but whenever you take damage, you're stunned for a second. Or no money for 5 encounters and then more money. I don't think any of this is super compelling. Atrophic Favor, I guess, is the best. And that is, of course, going to harm us a little bit during the boss fight, but it's not like 139 is nothing as far as max HP goes.
Ensnared.
Yeah, I suppose it is worth remembering, too, that just, like, running near them kills them by applying Hitch. That's a lot of little dudes. A lot of little dudes.
Chart your course for wonders to explore.
I mean, that's definitely Skillet's voice.
Carefully now.
Let me grab this before we take anything new. Hoping for Flutter Strike.
Hear me, on my authority.
As long as multiple foes are in an encounter, automatically inflict charm on one of them. Well, that's interesting. So obviously this isn't super great against Chronos. It'll let us charm like a satyr here and there. It's not super meaningful during Cerberus either, which is like the next place we're most likely to take damage. It will do good work during the Chronos effects. I'm just wondering, like, because 7% bonus damage, just flat 7% bonus damage, is also very good. Ecstatic Obsession is also going to probably be pretty good during this upcoming encounter, but my concern, and maybe this is silly, is that it's actually going to make it kind of awkward to read the fight. You know, the enemies are not, like, the charmed enemy is not going to be doing what it normally is supposed to be doing, and I do want to learn the fight. So I am wondering if maybe I take Shameless Attitude here, and then we take Ecstatic Obsession later if we can get it. I'm going to do that. I would really like to try to learn this fight as clean as possible.
Soak it up, lady. One of our sponsors made all our dreams come true. A brand new stage and a collaboration with one of the biggest names this side of the sea.
Okay, sure. Charybdis swings in because, of course. Her new look is fucking excellent, by the way.
Charybdis, here with you. This is no sponsor's doing, but the will of night. As fear spreads, so do these manifestations of nightmares. My own, apparently.
Badmouth our sponsor all you like, but they got taste, and you do not. We're debuting our latest single things to them, and there's nothing you can do to stop it. At least not the first part. This song's called Rockin' the Heart, please!
Oh no, there's stunning things around the drummer. That's actually a huge pain in the ass. They figured out my weakness. Okay, drummer down. We've done a lot of damage to Skilla already. Ow. Let's fire it now. This is gonna be our first like really clean use of our hacks. And yeah, it's a lot of damage for sure. Okay, now I gotta burn out the tentacles, I guess. It's actually not too bad to do with the shield. Yeesh. Okay, I took a lot of damage now. Gotta get close enough to this thing that I can regen. Yeah, I didn't have enough magic or I didn't have enough, magic to actually charge an Omega, so I couldn't get a real shield. No, this is miserable. I'm trying so hard to not be in absolutely everything, but it's impossible to see. Yeah, the number of additional just like noise projectiles coming out of Charybdis really makes the fight harder to read. Yeah, and it's just like shit that splits into other attacks that split into more projectiles that split into more projectiles. Stop turning your back to me, coward. I mean, very nearly, though.
Your rival was unable to prevail.
I have 16 HP. I may as well be dead.
Though bolstered by colossal Charybdis, Skilla and those monstrous songstresses from the abyssal sea yet prove unable to complete their deadly act.
In the end, a normal night for them.
Yeah, it's bouncing projectiles from the normal band, plus the tentacles are shooting their like spear projectile that homes in and I think also bounces off the walls when it misses you, plus Charybdis is shooting the thing that splits and then every one of the splits explodes, and it is so much just like undodgeable garbage.
The edge of Oceanus. The hunt begins.
Not that any of it's undodgeable by itself, but I just mean like the density of the projectiles. Like you just cannot. There's no place to have your feet. Well, what do you think about trying to get the attention of Pallas Athena down here?
The amulet.
let's see if she'll show up and help us out a little. And I might hold on to my money. Mystery seeds are cool and all, but we might need it to survive.
Time to dry off.
From here, it's a totally normal run. And I don't, to be clear, don't think our build is bad. But we got a lot of ground to make up.
Flourish.
During early access, I definitely had some bad experiences with those things, with melee weapons, where I would, you know, break their momentum and pause them, and then go into attack and still take damage because, you know, it's rolling, right? So who are you to say that you making contact with it isn't you getting rolled over?
You bear the amulet I gave to you. May it protect you and strike fear into the hearts of your enemies whenever I am not around to do the same.
Thank you, Lady Athena. The creature engraved on this, it's a Gorgon, isn't it? A guardian of some sort?
Oh, not exactly, no. More of a cautionary reminder about what happens when we gods are openly defied. Don't lose your head out there, cousin.
Okay, whenever you take damage, become impervious for 2 seconds. Specials launch a projectile ahead that can deflect. That's actually kind of interesting. Or righteous, a pretty low level of righteous pike. I am using my magic pretty quickly. Felling shot has some obvious utility, but we already have the ability to block. So I wonder, honestly, maybe just defensive posture.
Go with grace. Beware out there.
A lot of the times, the way that I die in this game is getting effectively comboed, right? Just, I get hit by one thing that makes me get hit by another thing, and so even just stopping that from happening is valuable. That's the mine. Maybe don't dive directly onto that.
My chaos spoon just then. That was all of them.
Okay, so we get rarer boons in general now, which is nice. Obviously a lot of utility to that. Although it is the kind of thing you'd like to see earlier in the run. Okay, well, yeah, I think this is a winner for sure.
Those poor shades. Grow golden once again.
Alright, hammer first. Specials briefly gain power for successive hits to the same foe. Yeah, I don't know that I really love any of that.
The Master Craftsman's gift.
But if we're punching and we're getting free rockets out of it, that's free damage. We still don't have a boon on our rockets, which would certainly improve the value of the hammer thing that I just took. So let's see if we can make that happen. Look at all these support fire arrows. Artemis is just the best, you know? So bonus damage versus Guardians. I do like that very much. And then, what are we headed toward after that? Calm is like fine. Well, we would get growth on the way to Calm. Yeah, you know what? Growth and then Sting, I think, is pretty reasonable. And if we get another Path of the Stars, we know one way to make good use of it. And if we don't get it, that's not the end of the world.
Smackers.
Either one of you. She couldn't just send you off to deal with Gramps before you were ready. You must have hated having to wait. I know I do.
Alright, it seems like we're seeing Hasty Retreat at rare more and more often now, which is nice. And I don't think I like Mean Streak or Nitro Boost over it. Nitro Boost obviously is valuable, but this is gonna turn out hopefully to be a larger number of avoided attacks. Huh. Hold on just a moment. Boy, there's not a lot of that lingering cough left, but when it fires up, it sure does fire all the way up. Okay. Anyway. What is this? I'm seeing that my defensive posture is ready. It's probably Aphrodite. Because you're just going to give me either a double of the thing I just took, or another Hermes boon, or a double of the thing I'm about to take, which is just going to be some kind of enhanced rarity boon, and this is just the enhanced rarity boon, although this is a fight against the Spectre, probably. And I do so hate the Spectre. Yeah, you know what? Actually, fuck that.
Out of my way.
I do so hate the Spectre. Plus, this place is always lousy with extra resources.
That's a bite. I caught a tearjerker.
What a regretful fish.
Okay, Echo. I'm doing all right.
I'm doing all right. Doing all right. All right.
So many dangers all throughout these fields. Yet you're on this bridge. I feel a sense of comfort, even peace. It's because of your presence and your power.
Also because I can't see what's carved on these big rocks that are facing away from me.
Your presence and your power. Presence and power. Presence and power.
Okay, well, replace all spent uses of Death Defiance with ones that restore 50% and then less and less. I suppose turning all my Death Defiances back on is pretty good, and I did not remember that she could do that.
Thank you, Echo.
The thing is, and again, I do not wish to overstate my capabilities in this place.
I got you this.
But
if this treat is to your liking,
I do feel like maybe we could have done it without the Death Defiances. This is certainly helpful.
The honor is mine. We shall protect each other from now on.
Hakuba is adorable. So picking up more new friends. I think we'll go this way. Again, part of the motivation here is just, I don't want to fight that Spectre.
Where was I?
That was quite a wave, though.
Flourish and reveal my path.
And a little bit of Path of the Stars besides. Yeah, unfortunately, it takes too long to charge up the shield to be able to, like, just shield against one of those guys once he's decided to come after you. You really have to load that up while he's prepping. And no such hope for me. Well, you know, I guess I'll take Calm. Calm is good. I don't know exactly how long it spends in the active state.
You'd show up. Once we're done here, one of us gets richer and one of us gets poorer. There they are.
Race you.
Stupid enemies who are not part of the pack, pulling me away from the enemies who are. It's gotta stop. Nemesis is just trying to collision block me off the enemies, I think.
Simple. Get lost.
I think that was her entire plan there.
In the name of Hades.
Whenever Hitch-afflicted foes are slain, damage all other Hitch-afflicted foes. Damaging effects from Olympians. So do I have any directly damaging stuff? Like, we have Hitch, of course, which is... and we have some immediate damage on Engagement Ring. We're actually pretty low on that kind of stuff. Support Fire. So yeah, like we have a couple of things. Extended Family would be weak overall. I kind of think all this stuff is weak overall though for us. Yeah, I'll take it.
I think I can finally go.
It's weak overall, but I do think it's more damage than the other options, and I think this might be the pre-Cerberus shop, so...
Go, Chronos. Cheers, Chronos.
Alright, that's the first time Chronos has gotten to convert somebody in a while. Let's take the palm first. Sprint up. Oh, nope. 2% raw damage output. Absolutely the winner.
Vitality.
My regards.
And you... Yeah, I do think Omega Cast. Like I'm already kind of feeling the Omega Casts, so that should be pretty good.
Moonlight guide us.
And then we get in there and we trade blows. Because you can outpunch Cerberus, right? That's a great strategy.
You're very vigilant, I'll grant you that.
I'm assuming I can't block the guys coming up from below. I probably can block the damage from the, what do you call it? From the paw strikes. Because it does come from a direction, right?
This isn't who you are. Stop bothering the dog.
Not really getting a lot of play out of my Hitch. But the support fire rockets are doing good work. so much fire.
Now I release you.
3 red and many-fanged maws turn now appreciatively toward the Princess of the Dead.
Yeah, honestly, I think almost all of that was just the Omega cast.
Return now to your master and abode.
I was hardly doing anything else.
Something about my brother.
That was a complex thought to express so quickly in such a tiny bubble.
Victory.
So, now what? What is the interesting thing to bring along? Our evil eye will not help us here. We don't have knucklebones. We could try to force a boon from someone in particular. We could take the concave stone and just try to grab an extra boon out of somewhere. We still do need to finish leveling it. Is there anything else that would be particularly interesting in this weird situation? The experimental hammer we could take to Chaos, or we could take to Chronos for sure, if we don't, lag about and do a bunch of extra rooms. Maybe that's the thing to do? Yeah. Let's try it. Let's see. Shimmering Rockets was gained, which is... Okay, it doesn't tell me there. The hammer boons... The hammer stuff looks a little bit different. Launcher frame... Oh, okay, it's down here. Specials bounce. Okay, so we kind of got a bummer on that one. That doesn't really do much for us. But I will take this and some yarn.
Here goes.
And let's fuck some shit up.
Maintenance access.
So, to be clear, I don't actually care about this hammer boon falling off before we get to Chaos, or Chronos. And, maybe it is better for us to do as many rooms as possible to try to just level up the hammer, because it's not a thing that we usually equip. Okay, well, that's everybody in the entire room targeting me all at the same time from a lot of different angles. That kind of thing's a lot safer when your projectiles are magically guaranteed not to affect your friends.
It's me.
Back again.
Hi, everybody. Cerberus, do you want a treat?
The savage watchdog looks tentatively at the Princess of the Underworld.
Okay, that's something we're starting to establish.
Some other time.
Nope, still not quite there.
When first we had to fend off Typhon long ago, we dared not think the Titan Lord, whom we had already disposed of, was responsible. Surely not even he, in all his arrogance, believed that such a monster would bend to his will.
All Chronos probably expected was that the monster would immediately attack Olympus. How could he have awakened such a thing without our family even noticing?
With Nyx herself amongst the Titan Lord's captives, all that transpires deep within the earth cannot be known by anyone. And now, even though both Typhon and the Titan fell to us before, we have never had to face them both at once.
Okay, so we can get Howling Soul, which makes it much easier to drop our cast, and that is something. I don't remember. Does this happen on both phases or just the first phase? I don't remember. Deep Descent is like none of this is really all that compelling. I guess Howling Soul.
I've no more strength for now.
At the very least, Howling Soul adds an extra burst of damage to the cast. So that's something. I really thought you were able to dash across those.
I think not.
There are some mini bosses down here that aren't really too dangerous. Let's see what we can get.
Best keep your rodents to yourself.
Alright. I was trying really hard to shield.
Traitorous wretch. In the name of Hades.
Just like shield through each of the tail swipes, and it was kind of working. I mean, at this point, I seriously doubt it's going to come down to Blood Spree, but also, I'm not passing up Epic Blood Spree.
The satyrs and the vermin at their call once lurked in the upper reaches of the Underworld, making profane preparations for the Titan Lord's return.
Those satyrs belong here more than they know. Chronos, do your thing. Good.
You know, this is probably pretty good. If this gives us a reasonable number of points to work with. All right, 5 is enough to get me to Prism, which probably won't be relevant against the Titan. So 1 extra hacks like... Okay, 2 more ticks. More ticks is definitely really good because we do we do get the damage reduction while it's active. And then do we want to take this? I guess so. You know, if we end up having to use it during a period where he has ads up, we will really appreciate the difference, I'm sure. Well, that's annoying. I guess I did that to myself, but that doesn't make it not annoying.
Nothing in range.
Speaking of things I did to myself that are still annoying, just put the Omega Cast down on top of nobody, why don't we?
So close now.
All right, our damage output is feeling solid, very solid. Ah. Stupid satyrs. Okay, we're really not being given the option of taking a lot of side paths here. sorry about the lack of commentary. You know, it's just Punching Brain. Punching Brain is the only brain that remains. Sacrifice boons will be offered as soon as possible and your next gains +2 levels. That's interesting. Never seen that before. I am going to buy health, because that's a very efficient way to buy health. And then we're going to take this 600 to the shop.
I'm here. The trap is set.
You know, this is one where without the ping, I think I would legitimately not have noticed that.
Caught out. It's a jiffy.
Okay. Yeah, I feel like just double palm and then the boon probably makes sense.
This one.
Glamour gain, meat grinder, 55 damage every second. Yeah, that's probably the right one.
Olympus, I accept this message.
Whenever you inflict weak, also randomly inflict 3 random curses from other Olympians. Or 15% bonus damage against enemies who are near you ever. We've already had Nervous Wreck once in the past. God. We're at 10 air and we just never got access to that one infusion. That's a shame. Yeah, I kind of like just 15% more damage against enemies that are near us. Although, okay, so like if Nervous Wreck is inflicting Blitz, that's extra damage. If it's inflicting, and do we have we don't have the card equipped. No, we don't. The one that does bonus damage to people who have at least 2 curses on them. I think I'm just going to do 15% more damage totally.
Sticks take me.
That was the right one, right? Because there's 2 different boons. There's one that increases the effectiveness of the weakness. Ah, whatever. At this point, I've taken it.
You waste what precious time remains to you. Angry now as ever. Do you wish to know exactly how I reawakened to Typhon, my girl? Or how I managed it without you gods detecting what I had in store?
Please indulge me, grandfather, for I do so enjoy your tales.
You would never believe it if you knew. For you are narrow-minded, you and all the gods. I have outsmarted you, and I shall overpower you as well.
Hopefully the other satyr up there will just walk into that and die. Yeah, it looks like that is more or less what happened.
Legions tend to be more punctual than this.
Pretty bad, Ow. Pretty bad scythe to the face. I think for the most part I'm doing a pretty good job of avoiding letting him do that to me.
This dour place.
You know, the imperviousness on hit actually is working out really well for us. I'm not getting hit a lot, but when I do get hit, I can just kind of like go in and get a couple of charge shots off. And... okay, spend a little more time close to him.
Its audience is alpha.
Okay, we're safe, everything's fine.
Legions of the Golden Age.
already split like half of his health off. Oh man, that's pretty far. Okay. Scythe. Yeah, I should have moved. That's on me. But look at all the good I was able to do by being incredibly stubborn.
You waste your precious time. Olympus burns.
You know, just take a scythe in the face, become invisible, and then punch him over and over again for like 2,000 damage.
No god can vanquish he.
What did I tell you?
So we did make it through that fight without spending a Death Defiance. I think that it's absolutely the case that we might have been able to do this without the Death Defiance help from Echo. Obviously, it would have changed a lot of other things, but I think if anything, we would have been slightly stronger. Yeah, like I'm really not too worried about Chronos anymore. He only did 195 damage to us. Okay, so.
Got it.
For one thing,
Such power.
that's the last, theoretically, the Dissolution of Time only takes 5 of those, and we now have 5, so it feels like something pretty significant should happen in the real near future here. And then also, we got some new familiars, which I'm really excited about.
To the abyss of the subconscious, I descend. Night and darkness, guide me to my blood beyond the grasp of time.
Alright, please tell me he has figured out what we are going to use as a weapon.
Come on, where is she? Where is she? Don't leave me hanging. Hey! Gagaros, my father's spear. You said we would need a weapon that's available in both our times, is close to our family, and not been used to slay Chronos before. That one should do. It's big, and it hurts.
Huh, I see how that may work. The only problem is I've no idea where to find this guy Garos. Chronos likely got a hold of it. But that's in my time, while in yours.
Father doesn't often let me use it anyway, and it's sealed off in his chambers. There must be something else. Though at least I found the place where Chronos probably is piecing himself back together little by little.
You did? Where? What happened? How do you know it's the correct location?
Well, for one thing, it appears to be directly underneath this house. Odd place to bury one's predecessor, but Father can be quite particular with punishments. Anyway, when I descended deeper into Tartarus, I found a satyr infestation that led me to some sort of cave. I went no farther for now.
Good. And do not enter until everything's prepared. But let's go back a moment to our father's spear. Is there some way you could procure it?
Sure. Father's chambers may be strictly off limits, though no security specialist of any worth would be so easily deterred. I'll likely suffer an eternity of torment, but sounds like Chronos has that in store for me regardless. So, what shall I do with Gygaros, assuming I can get my hands on it?
Keep it someplace secure. Could you persuade our father to give it to you, without letting him know exactly why? If we tamper too much with time, Chronos shall find out. I suppose there's also the problem of how to transfer Gygaros across an astral psychic pathway.
It sounds to me like we're going to need an NO portal.
Details, sister. I like this plan, and Father owes me anyway. So are you some sort of oracle gathering up ancient artifacts, speaking to me in dreams and such? Perhaps these count as nightmares, what with a terrible future to look forward to.
We'll change that future. And I'm no oracle, I'm what you call a witch. We're getting closer to our goal, brother. Claim Father's spear, and I have more to do myself. I'll see you again soon. From mists of memory, return to Shadow now.
Okay, that feels like the first, really positive step that we've taken toward making this work.
Zagreus, be careful. A satisfactory result that time, wouldn't you say?
I'm going to assume it was Phrynos who did most of the damage to Chronos.
Did you do it?
Dora, I have a favor if you're not too busy. My task means I no longer can oversee the renewal project around here. Would you attend to it?
Wait, you're asking me to watch over the total transformation of this entire encampment into some ultimate haven for shades and outcasts?
I know I can count on you. I'll provide the materials. You'll be the main point of contact.
Okay, fine.
Great.
What shall it be, witch?
Okay, so we've picked up a new currency that we can use to do cosmetics stuff. Enhance the entryway to the tent with durable softness. I do like the morbid candles and the talismans and whatnot.
Let's make it happen.
Not a problem. A witch's tent could always use more dangly stuff.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. We're starting to get into like real resources. I guess we have a lot of cinders.
This seems promising.
If that is your will.
Now this is a real top-of-the-line candle mill.
I mean, that's an upgrade so huge, it's almost not even worth asking if it was a good idea. All right, more animal familiars means
Another
more
prophecy
bones.
fulfilled. Such a mess.
Where are you even getting these?
You really want to know the way things used to be, Trouble? Think about everything that gets you to come out of your tent night after night. Gets you fired up. What comes to mind?
Sure. Those I care about are counting on me. And I wish to learn. To grow strong in body, mind, and spirit.
Inspiring. Now imagine having everything you want. So you're left wanting nothing at all.
No, I can't imagine that. So everyone besides you was self-indulgent and unmotivated. But now the roles are reversed, I suppose.
You don't get it. Fine.
I was gonna say, there's an awful lot of stuff to want out there in the world. Okay, Dora's just hanging out here, redecorating things.
Artemis.
As we have told her to do.
Good, there you are. I'm late getting back, but couldn't bring myself to leave before you were up and about again. How are you feeling?
Considering the Titan of Time almost sliced me in two last night with a scythe twice my size that cuts through the air itself, I could be worse. Thank you for waiting up for me.
Of course. I like what you've done to this place. It's like a proper war camp now. With a taverna, hot springs. I ought to stop in more often. Shine on without me for now.
Shine on yourself.
Okay, and so all the different places
Let's see
Dora
what
can
we can
appear.
do.
Yeah, we can
You got it.
do various kinds of upgrades there. All right, that's all fine. I'm probably not going to mess with that stuff too much right now.
I found him, headmistress. My father. Chronos has him locked away in Tartarus. But I couldn't save him. He asked I leave him be.
Truly. How utterly predictable of Chronos to gloat in such a way. I regret that your reunion with Lord Hades thus transpired. Though I am gladdened you discovered him. How does he fare?
I really wouldn't know. He seemed sound of mind and body, and he knew me soon enough. Gave me what blessing he could still bestow. What can we do?
If he asked you leave him be, then 'tis evidence he wishes to remain unseen. Use full discretion and be brief should you encounter him again. And I shall see about ensuring Chronos remain...
By your leave. Interesting.
Grow your bond with animal familiars to make them stronger with each treat, which grants some additional treats. Okay, that seems important. The wretched broker can give us currency, the what do you call it, the cosmetic currency in exchange for things, almost anything. Okay, more soil plots. Unfortunately, cattails is not a resource that we have any of, nor do I think I must have some seeds.
Odysseus on leave.
But I doubt I have 3, and also the stuff we planted last time isn't done growing yet.
Got him, huh? Been talking to Hypnos again? He can't hear you, you know. Kind of what happens when somebody's fast asleep.
Sleep is not as simple as you make it out to be. I think he can sense my words and intentions.
Sensing words and intentions, yeah. Sounds exactly like the Hypnos I knew.
Okay, you know,
now we wait.
We'll keep at that. You can now... Oh yeah, sure, you can sell bath salts. I mean, that makes sense. Let me buy some twin lures just so I have some on me all the time.
This is weird.
This place is weird, you're right. And let's get over here into Mechanics Town and just have a quick look at our new familiars before we call it for the day.
A growing pack of ever-faithful animal familiars now stand ready to follow the Princess of the Dead into the depths, or wheresoever her fateful task shall take her next.
My little protectors.
Alright, what is up with you, tiny bird? Rocky,
Good
I believe?
bird.
I mean, that's pretty cute.
Onward, Rocky.
What is Rocky's deal? Occasionally pecks foes for 5 damage, leaving them marked, so there's some crit chance. And then also gives us some innate, so we just have a 1% crit chance all the time. And chance of metals. Mortals oft see such creatures as ill portents, when in fact they are just trying to get by.
Good girl, Hecuba.
That's quite a collar. Alright, what is your deal? You give bonus max magic and are good at digging stuff up. Hecuba occasionally stuns foes for 1 second and digs up spirit bubbles or snacks in a pinch. Okay. I see. That's cool. Those are both cool. I'm curious to see what it means to level them up in terms of improvements to their overall function.
I try not to dwell on what shall happen if and when all this is finally over, Commander. I know I ought to be completely focused on the task, but as we near a potential end, I cannot help but think ahead.
Well, stop it. How many times have I told you, never think ahead, kiddo? No good is ever gonna come of that. The here and now is all that counts.
You're truly saying one should never plan, but you're a commander. Anticipation and strategy are integral to martial leadership.
If you're always doing good right now, you're always doing good later. That's all there is to it. Now quit with your worrying.
I mean,
okay.
How would you even begin to argue with that, I ask you?
You.
Alright, so next up, we can give this a reasonable shot here. We could actually level probably either aspect of this up. And then we'll be able to take Charon up to 4. We probably can take this up to max. Yeah, I feel like we haven't really given the aspect of Charon it's a decent shot, so maybe next run we'll go for that. Okay, they want us to go up, and I mean, we do have the Vow of the Rivals for Eris. My guess is it's probably not going to go very well. I don't know exactly what they're going to add to that fight, but I could see things going terribly, terribly awry there. But that seems like a tomorrow kind of problem. That's going to be it for us for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, apparently we are being very foolish indeed. And we'll see you then.